Okay, this is chapter 4, control structures 1, and I'm gonna be creating the test for this. Are we still in chapter 3? Let me see. Well, that's right. We had that issue last time. There we go. Thanks. Well, different issues happened this week. The class disappeared for the OL1 section completely in MindTap. So the OL01 section, I'm going to, starting with this chapter, I'll do it completely different. We're not going to use MindTap for the projects or for the test. I'm going to do that all in Blackboard. I don't know why that one class is having major hiccups, but I'm just going to use the ebook. Okay, this is the set precision manipulator, and so you can output decimal numbers with however many decimal places. So you set precision 3, and it includes the header file IO manip with the include statement as you see. And yes, I'll see an example though. Huh. Okay, well, let me play with it and give you an example. Let's see. Do a file, new project, empty project. And there's no new here. Come up here, file, new, empty file. And yes. If you were wondering what file to upload, it's .cpp file, not the CBP. That's a project file. So this one right here. Okay, num1 equals 3.114159. Unused variable. Okay. I think it's before the num. But let's see. Is not defined in this scope. I may be confusing this with another. So I thought you could put that right in there. No. So it's not before, it's not after. Let's see. Oh, I didn't include that. It's definitely not there. That's weird. Outputs decimal numbers with up to n decimal places. It's gonna be one of those days, I think. 2. Why isn't it putting 3.14? Hmm. Well, that's what it appears to be doing. N minus 1 decimal places. So if you put 3 in there, it'll be 3 minus 1. It'll output decimal numbers up to 2 decimal places. So what's happening here is you can kind of think of this as being passed in type of deal. So num1 is being passed in to set precision 3, which rounds at 2 decimal places, and then that's passed into cout. So streamed in. Does that make sense on the set precision? You say before the variable? Yeah, it'd always be before the variable. Because if you put it after, the end-L would be redirected into the set precision and it wouldn't do anything. Besides just pass it on. It wouldn't ignore the end-L, but there we go. Gives 3.14. Now there's also fixed. Fixed outputs floating point numbers in fixed decimal format. Example, cout less than fixed, disabled by using the stream member function unsetf. And you see the format there. Scientific manipulator manipulates floating point numbers in scientific format. I think you can even put fixed here. Let's see if that's true. One indel, C out, num1 indel, C out, scientific, num1 indel. What do I fixed? Didn't give me an error on that. Show the decimal point in trailing zeros. No examples of scientific notation. Too few arguments. And that shouldn't have that. Okay, I'll get the errors out eventually. Still doesn't like that. Well, let's see. Let's see. Scientific. Scientific is okay. So here's our fixed. So it goes ahead and you see even puts a 0 out there. Now it must default to 6 decimal places originally. Now when I do the set precision, it sets it 3. Wasn't setting precision 3 last time doing 2 decimal places? Let's see if fixed is what caused it to be messed up. How strange. Okay, it was the it was doing the fixed before I do the set precision that made it work right. Strange. If you just want it like the same number of decimal places. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to steal their example to show that. Actually, I guess I got the output right here. Okay, so when they do the precision, that's equal to 5, and but then they come down here for a default number. Then we got 3.1416. One less than 5, isn't it? Then when we get down to the fixed, it puts our 5. I'd put it, if he didn't have enough out there, it should put zeros at the end. Well, like this, 2006. See how there's only one decimal place here, and it went ahead and put 5. Right. If you're writing a console, it would line them. You'd be the columns would be perfect then. I still got me puzzled about the rounding though, because I still think there should be 5 decimal places here. So, and then yeah, I don't know what it's doing because like I say, 5 decimal places. Of course, the PowerPoint's wrong on that from the publisher, but 5 decimal places would be this, and 2 would cause it just stay with 3.14159. But looks like it's one less. That's what the pattern is. And then scientific, it again puts 5 decimal places here no matter what. Even on ones that wouldn't be it, like 2.006, it goes ahead and puts 0 there, or 00 there. Anyway. So fixed outputs floating numbers in fixed decimal format. Scientific, show point, and you can do these all in one, by the way. So like you can have your variable in here, you can have your fixed, you have your show point, you can have it all strung together. Show point forces output to show the decimal point and trailing zeros. I'm assuming see, set precision should do that. If I set the precision, hopefully it doesn't, does it? So if what was it? Show point. Where would that be at? Maybe you can't put that that in there. Never put show point in there. I never wanted to show a decimal if it really didn't exist. There it is. Okay, so that's throwing it in here and then doing my set precision. So yeah, you can do that all that at once. Reading and writing of law numbers can be error prone. In C++, commas cannot be used separate digits to the number. C++ 14 introduces a digit separator, single quote character. I don't think I've ever wrote a program that way. Here's setting the width. So if you want it to be so many columns, this is especially true if you want to have multiple columns and multiple rows. Set W. See how it now allocates 10 spaces for it? See how they're right aligned even though they're different sizes? That's weird. I don't know. That's why I thought that was weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should not have exceeded the width of the column. It shouldn't remember the settings from the previous run. Maybe it does. That'd be kind of bad. Yeah. Each time you run it, it should give you a brand new sandbox to play in. So does it remember this, I wonder? Hmm. What's this say? Build and run. You notice that I took out the initialization of that variable, but it says nothing to be done. All items are up to date. Is it not recognizing? Do I have to save it each time? Oh. Hmm. Okay, so it's going through the build process here. Okay, now run it. Get that. Okay. Now, if I did the build process again, it says nothing to be done. All items are up to date. If I make a major change, like delete this, and I do the build, then it builds. If I run it, huh, I don't know. It sure seems to be remembering some things from run to run. So that might be something to be careful of. Like if I did scientific here and ran it, they're in scientific. So if I get rid of this now, go ahead and run it. Still prints that in scientific. Hmm. Yeah, I guess it does. It remembers it from. It isn't, is it? Ah, this could be a horrible day. I can tell already. I don't know, to be honest. Set precision does it one lesson, I think. Sort of remember stuff from previous runs. Okay, additional formatting tools. It gives you more control of your output. Set Vil manipulator, left and right manipulators, unset F manipulator. Um, give examples. Okay. So set fill to fill unused columns with a character like pound sign. Why do you think that'd be nice? Right. Yeah. So somebody doesn't come along and maybe put something there that shouldn't be. That's one use. Also make it really stand out. Left justifies. Right justifies. And you disable it by doing the unset F in this manner. Types of manipulators, two types. Those are the parameters, those without parameters. Set precision is one we pass numbers into. Set width we pass numbers into. We didn't do set fill as an example, but they gave one. But that would be two. Ones where you don't put the parentheses is fixed, scientific, show point, left, and of course end L. Right should be in there too, but now you have to be careful about that because I've been messing it up here. When I do a C out and I start typing fixed, um, if you press enter or you press tab, it'll put the parentheses there for you. But that's where we got an error, and I had to go back and get rid of the parentheses. So if you're used to doing the code completion in code blocks, then those shouldn't have parentheses. Input stream variables such as CN and a greater than operator can read a string into a variable of the data type string. The extraction operator skips any leading white space characters, stops reading at the white space character, and then the function getLine reads until the end of the current line. Cout. That's it. Let's see, cout input name, cn name, and then cout name indel. Okay, print David Hayes. Now I have to do David space Hayes. Just does David. That's what it's referring to. That first space, it terminates and puts us in the in that first variable, that name. If I had another variable where I was doing a cn, then remember that last name would go into it. We saw that last time. Okay, so the function getLine reads until the end of the current line. Looks like the format of it is we do our getLine iStream variable stream var. Yeah, they don't have an example. GetLine. I don't remember if CN goes there or something else. Let's see. I was guessing. I don't think that's going to work, but we'll see. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, so let me go look for an example of that. Let's see, getLine example. They actually got excellent documentation in this site, this C++.com. Okay. Well, maybe I have to have the STD there. So other than that, I think my example pretty much will match theirs. Unless it's because I didn't bring in a string. Okay, parentheses, standard CN name. if I shouldn't need the STD. The reason we don't need the STD is because I have an ear. That's why I wasn't giving us an error. Doesn't hurt to put it, but okay, we'll just copy that. Assuming I didn't break it by putting that in. Okay, here for full name, David Hayes. I wonder if it's because I don't have a C out here. Maybe it needs that to reset it. Input full name. There was that issue last time. Remember where it you had to do like a CN or something? Not the STD, but it's like it was some stuff in the buffer. Let's put another C in there. I did not see why this one's not working. Maybe because I got all this junk here. Let me get rid of that. Instead of building on it. Yeah, it was. It was that first part. So that first CN I did must have had some items in a buffer. Doesn't make any sense to me. I just put one string in there, but I'd have to go back and look at that note. But anyway, that's how you do the get line. Good question. Purging the CN buffer. Flush. Flushing. It's a C out. I don't want C out. Maybe it is a. Oh, I did a CN name here, but I didn't do a C out inline. that's it. David. Full name is still not. Hmm. Then this one becomes correct. Okay, I'm putting David in. That just seems so strange. It's like ignoring the first David. Last bit. Okay, see how it ended. Interesting. Oh, well, I won't waste any more time on that. Of course, I think I'm about to the end of the PowerPoint, so I do have some time. But anyway, let's get line. The get line is preferable because it reads until the end of the current line. So you don't have these headaches like what we're trying to do with this CN. So if you just get rid of that. Got rid of a little bit too much, but then I can put spaces in there and it just handles it all. Does that make sense on why get line's better? And probably especially since there's doing all those weird flaky things. Let's see. Syntax errors are reported by the compiler. Logic errors are typically not caught by the compiler. Syntax error would be if I did that, tried to run it, it would tell me the name isn't defined. I didn't declare it. So, because I have different names here. So that's syntax error. One way to catch logic errors is spot and correct using cout statements. Temporarily insert an output statement. So if you're down here, if you're calculating something, it'll probably catch that. Num is equal to 3 divided by num2. Num2. Gave me some warnings, but didn't give me errors. Now, if I put in David Hayes, is that? And should have printed the result out. Gives me 0. So there's no syntax error there. But when I run it, it is giving me 0. Maybe I can't figure out why. So they say put temporary couts in here. C2 is equal to. Okay, now that's gonna be so confused that 19895091146. I didn't expect that. Hmm. Problem is I'm using it, but I didn't initialize it to something. Typically, things that it's initialized to is 0 or null. Those are the two main ones. Um, Maybe that's just what it's printing. Maybe that's how it prints null on the screen. But how you get around it is simply initialize one or something like that. You put 0 in. See what that gives us. 3 divided by 0. Hmm. Now notice it printed num2 equals 0, but then it bombed off. And specifically returned this right here. Well, it didn't work successfully. If I put a 1 here and run it, notice process returns 0. So when you're writing a program and you're testing it, when it returns 0, that means it worked. It went through. There was no errors that occurred in the running. If it returns something else, I think its history of that is gone, but it won't be 0. Now, when it's returning that, why it's returning that is because we've got an int here. And so when you call this main method, it returns an integer. 0 indicates it successfully finished. If you were putting this into a Linux shell script, um, you could check the return result to see if it worked. If it didn't work, then you could potentially have the script text you if there's that capability on your Linux box. You could have it send an email. Definitely email. That's technology's been around for a while. Does that make sense of what that's used for? Okay. We just kind of ignored completely in this class. Besides, mentioning, if it doesn't work, check that, see if it returns 0 or not. But that's very important when you're putting it into a process that's going to run like via the cron on a Linux machine. Okay. With file types. In this chapter? Oh, yeah, I guess I do. Do this more here. Okay, so include the F-stream header, declare it, associate. 6 minutes. Let's go steal one. F-stream. And do you want to write a file? Oh, okay. That's right. Hmm. And no examples there. The output stream. Trying to get an example of how to open up the file and so forth. Yeah, otherwise it writes it to the current directory. I'm trying to think what other options are here besides binary. See if text is one. And I think it's this one. Let's see. Testing. Of course, I have to. I don't think opens it. Hot file dot close. I close it. Right. Close. We'll see if I'm even close. Type used to nested, AK, STD. F stream. Let's see. C++, F stream, example. Well, I looked at the wrong example. See how you redirect it into that what you just opened? Incomplete. Hold on. Has incomplete type. Oh, I didn't include that up there. IO stream. Okay, got that up there. So I don't need these two anymore. Now what this does is I don't think I need that, but there you It's this is getting our file ready to open. Then the dot open is what opens it. And I think typically in here, if you want to specify a directory, I think it's a slash is this way. Let's see if that's a true statement. So like if I went to the temp, so I wrote that. So you were asking about the folders. That's how you do the folders. But to open opens it, to close closes it, and then you redirect the lines in like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Like if I had a variable here, num2 is equal to 3. My file num2. What if I do now this? I'm not sure about. Let's see. Three is equal to num2 is equal to 5. My file num2. I just want to make sure it's going down the next line. Because we're typically setting the string, which should work just fine here. There it goes. So yeah, that's how you do it. Got to have this in here, I guess, for the F stream, and that declares it. This opens it. You write to it using your redirection. It's just streaming information out to a file, and then you close it. Right. Yeah, whatever you put there, then you'll see is that created. This can be named anything. Yeah, if I put a 2 there. Assuming I replace them all. Yeah, it works just fine. Any other questions on it? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not hard. You just have to know how to declare it, open it, and close it. Other than that, it's just streaming, just like as if you were sending it to the screen. And you could use set precision and all that too, the width and so forth. I'll go ahead and stop there. So, and like I said, I found a solution to that the question you had, so I'll put that in the SQL video.